Hello,
check,
hello, check, check, hello, check, 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 hello,
check,
hello, check, check, hello, Hello,
check,
hello, check, check. Hello, check, check. Hello,
check,
hello, check, check. Hello, check, check. Hello,
check,
hello, check, check. Hello, check, check. Hello,
check,
hello, check, check.
Hello everyone, good evening. So hope you had a very productive 5 days, and today we are coming to a very important session. So we have our CEO, Vish Sahasranamam. Vish, he has just come from Australia after a very impactful trip. So he is the architect behind everything you see. Some dream about changes, some think how change has happened, some really create change. So Vish is one such very important person who is scaling open innovation at a national scale, and we are lucky to have him in the last day, but on a very crucial, very important moment. You are all energized, and he will help you to sustain this energy to make your innovation become practical and then create impact at a national scale and perhaps an international scale. Very happy to welcome Vish, and perhaps we are missing some of them who are still in the pitch, who are still pitching, but those who are here, you are lucky.
All right, thank you. Backbenchers, can I have your attention? I have a special love affection for backbenchers because that is where I lived all my life when I was in engineering college. So I know what you guys are up to, guys and girls. Is it clear? Am I audible? At the back? Okay. All right, so this session is Ask Me Anything. Ask me anything which will not end up ruining my marriage, will not end up ruining my profession, will not get me fired. So just keep that in mind. So ask me anything which will not lead to any of those very adverse consequences. But ask something that you can learn from. I couldn't be here on the first day. I was on a trip to Australia. I finished that and I was back only yesterday. But usually I do the first session. I think Meera did that session this time. That's my session. I take a lot of pride in doing that session. The first session, the kickoff session, but hopefully you guys have had the energy to get to where you are. I know you're all very nervous about the results, right? So I'm only going to rub salt in the wound and make you even more nervous. But anyway, the jury is out there, they're figuring things out. So that's nothing to be worried about. The results will be out very soon. All right, so what do you want to know? If there is anything you want to ask, fire away. Questions? Yeah, can you pass a mic there? Can somebody run there with the mic, please? Yeah, she's come to the front. Thank you. Ram, can you put a volunteer there, and for people who are coming in, can you ask them to come and sit in the front without making much noise? Yeah, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Don't call me sir, call me Vish.
Okay. Good evening, Vish.
Thank you.
Okay. So it is out of box question. Do you remember your first victory?
My first victory.
Victory.
I won a state level quiz competition when I was in 6th standard.
It would be helpful for our peers if you tell the struggle behind that and how did you got that victory? Because first love, first victory, it's in air.
Yeah, let's not go to first love, but first victory for sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so first victory. Yeah, 6th standard, I think there was this state level Cadbury Bonvita quiz competition that happened. I grew up in a place called Salem. How many of you know Salem? Yeah, so that's where I was born and raised. There wasn't much of a struggle. I think it was fairly straightforward. I think my dad ensured that I spent so many hours every day and studied and prepared for the quiz. And I think I ended up winning the quiz. But yeah, that showed me what I was made of. I think I started becoming more ambitious about myself after that victory. That's why I can recall that first victory was very special. Thank you for reminding. Thank you so much. Yeah, questions? Next one. Who's going around with the mic? Can you do this? Can you be here with the mic? Can I have one more? Can you introduce yourself?
Sure.
Yeah.
This is Vamsi. Hello, Vish.
Vamsi. Hello, Vamsi. Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from a company called Inunity. I'm an industry mentor.
Okay.
So simple question. What is the motivation and reasons to start Forge? And what is your first step?
Well, I didn't have all of this when I was an engineering student. I went to the #1 engineering college in this state. I was a state topper in 12th. And in the yeah, it meant nothing, but thank you. But the 4 years of engineering was just an absolute waste of time. I think I got 4 years of free boarding and lodging to play cricket to my heart's content. So naturally, the reason why, please sit down, please sit down. So the motivation behind Forge is very simple. I think, at least in my generation, I'm 45 years old. I think when I graduated, most of you were possibly not even born. I think all of you were not born when I graduated, so 24 years ago. My generation, most of us had to think of a career in technology overseas, right? If you had to really work in advanced technology, you have to be in the tech sector, you have to go to California, you have to go to UK, you have to go to France, you have to go to all those developed nations. For some personal reason, I came to Coimbatore about 10 years ago, and I said, why can't we bring world's best work, world's best technology right here? Why should we go to all of those places to do cutting-edge, advanced innovation? Why can't we do all of that sitting here? So I think that was a very high-level motivation. But I also felt that we've got to give more support to engineers, budding engineers like each one of you to become ready for the global world. So Forge has many motivations, right? But for me personally, I think what really mattered was to give something back and do something that can potentially create millions and millions of tech innovators and tech entrepreneurs. Yeah. Sorry? My first step. My first step to start Forge was to convince Shankar Vanavrayar to hire me. Yeah, no, kidding. But the first step was actually to put a proposal to DST. In fact, the DST official is here. So we put a proposal to set up and operate a technology business incubator. So that was the first step. Thankfully, that application was approved and the funds were sanctioned. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got this job. Right? It's still a job. I am the first employee of Forge. As much as the co-founder and CEO, I'm also the first employee of Forge. Me and my laptop started Forge almost 10 years ago. Yeah. Good. Questions?
Sir,
No, sir. What's your name?
I'm Jnana Selvam.
Half dinner is cut for today. Yeah. He didn't listen to what I said. Anyway, yeah, go on. Yeah. Keep your mic closer to you. Yeah.
I think it is not.
You turned it off.
Is it my?
Yes.
So, my question is that if you are from an not good financial background and you have financial restriction and you have to work but you have ideas for startups, and what would be the steps you have to take so that you can provide for your family at the same time try to achieve your goal in startup?
See, let's be very clear. Entrepreneurship is not a part-time job. It's 18 hours, 9 days a week. How many days in a week? 7 days? That's for humans. For entrepreneurs, 9 days a week. Go find there's 2 more days. Simple, right? It's not there on the calendar, but it's there, right? Sit down, please. So I'm assuming you're talking about graduating, and then after graduation, can I get a job and that job will give me financial security? I think that's the context of your question, right? But you have the passion and you have the sort of the intent to start your own startup. Don't fool yourself. Let's be very honest, right? It doesn't matter whether you start at 21 or at 61. It doesn't matter. What really matters is whether you are in the best form, the best situation in life to be able to give that entrepreneurship the fullest. Like I said, it's 18 hours a day, 9 days a week, which means you have to forget life, forget everything else, and you have to dive deep into, realizing that vision. There has to be this very powerful vision. I would say don't start if you have an idea. Start if you have a vision for how, if you make this idea come true in the grandest manner, in the biggest manner, what is that impact that you'll have? That's the vision. Your idea is a very small starting step, right? If you have an idea, do a project. Do a part-time project. Even if you are employed, do a part-time project. I'm sure you'll have time in your weekdays and in your weekend to go into any place. You can come to a place like Forge and you can work on your ideas. If you have an idea, don't start up. If you have a vision for something big, start up, right? So you can do that anytime. You don't have to be, there's no age to start up. In fact, there's enough data that actually shows that people who start when they're in their mid to late 40s have the lowest probability of failure, right? Which means I can start now. I'm only 45, right? So I think you should also think in terms of developing certain very key skills and competency that are required to become a successful entrepreneur, right? So you need to you need to become a leader, and you have to be a leader, right? Starting a company, starting a business is about leading people, leading partners, leading investors, so many of them, right? So you have to become a leader, you have to become a better communicator. So there's so many things. So don't be in a hurry. Get a good job, get a good position, get the confidence, get that vision. But keep your eyes and ears open. Keep processing all of those signals the world sends you. The calling will come, and you will become an entrepreneur. I wish you the very best. Yeah. Questions? Can you just stand up so that it's...
As you said, for the entrepreneurship, there is a leadership is most important. So, what are the character and qualities of the leader during the failure, and how to cope up with that failure?
Okay. So, two things, right? One is you don't have to... Leadership is not about coping with failure, in the sense that any person will have to cope with failure. It's not only a leadership trait to cope with failure. Any one of us. There are going to be failures in our personal life. There are going to be failures in our professional life. And if you were to call entrepreneurship as separate from your professional life, then even in your entrepreneurial life or entrepreneurship life, there will be failures, right? So that's detached from leadership. That's number one. But to me, coping with failures, I think there has to be a separation between mistake and learning, right? For instance, I have an 11-year-old daughter, and I've been telling her from ever since she possibly was born, that there are only two rules, right? Make many mistakes, don't repeat any, right? So all of us should take pride in trying new things, but there are some stupid mistakes that you should not do, right? Which means mistakes that you know you're doing the wrong thing, or you know somebody has already done it, and you know that didn't go very well and that ended up as a mistake. Why would you want to repeat that, right? But there are certain mistakes that you have to do, right? There are things that you have to try. It's not about mistake, right? It's about, did I try something new? Did I push myself? Did I challenge myself? Did I try to exceed my own limitations or even expectations about what I can do or cannot do, right? Those are the kinds of, that's the mind frame you have to be. And if you do that, then these failures will not look like failures. I mean, for others it might look like a failure. you know, if for your parents, for your peers, for your friends, um, even for your teammates, it might look like you are a failure. But to you internally, you should see it as that's a stepping stone towards success, right? So yeah, so make many mistakes, don't repeat any. Good. She's trying to clap. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, go on. I saw there are 32 teams. I think there are teams from 10 different states, of course, including Tamil Nadu. So, good to have all of you here. Yeah. Can you stand up? Who's asking question? Yeah.
Hello, Vish.
Hi.
Sir, calling you that feels something illegal, but it's still legal.
Oh, sorry, what?
Calling you Vish feels like something illegal, but still is legal.
Unless
That's not the question.
it's not illegal at all, man. Come on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So my question is, sir, when you first started Forge, how careful were you hiring your first staff, and also what was the first startup that you incubated? What are the hurdles here, and was it successful? What was this phase like? Your first getting into an incubator and the whole.
Yeah. Okay, sure. So just some context. Thank you. Your name?
Parikshit, sir.
Where are you from?
IIT BHU. Varanasi.
That's where you're studying, but where are you from?
Varanasi.
You're from
I'm
Varanasi?
Hyderabad. I'm from Hyderabad.
Yeah, I want to know.
Currently
You're from
studying
Hyderabad.
in Varanasi.
Banaras. All right,
Yeah.
good. Okay. So just a context. So when I started Forge, I already had my own startup experience. I had 2 startups. One failed. One ended up in an acquisition. And I also had about close to 15 years of professional experience. So that's the context, right? So there are many questions, sub-questions in your question. So the first is my first hire. The first guy who worked for Forge is named Prem. He actually has a very nice prefix to his name. He calls himself, he continues to call himself Maverick Prem, right? So Prem was the first guy, and so it was Prem, me, and my laptop. Yeah, correct. That's the day one. That's how day one looked like. The first startup we incubated was should have been. I actually forget the name of the startup, but I remember the name of the entrepreneur, the founder. His name is Armugam. He went on to run something called Mango Education, and then that got acquired now. But the one that he actually started was in the edtech space. It was way ahead of its time. He was trying to create certain robotic kits for advancing robotic education and skills development in engineering colleges. So he was here to hack all of those robotic kits, and he was the first startup we incubated. It was too ahead of its time, and there wasn't a very compelling value proposition why somebody should not buy things. Let's say you can go to Ritchie Street in Chennai, or you can go to Chetpet in Bangalore, and you can buy all of those things. Not Chetpet, Chickpet, sorry. Yeah, Chetpet is in Chennai. Yeah, Chickpet, Shivajinagar. And you can buy all of those things. So you don't necessarily need a startup to do all of that. So that's why they failed. Was there another question? Sub-question? Did I answer it? What should you look when? Okay, I'll give you a very indirect answer because direct answer might be a little politically incorrect for me to say that. I'll give you the indirect answer. Okay, let's say Parikshit, right? Yeah, so Parikshit, let's say in school you wanted to become a sports person. Any favorite sport? Nothing? Favorite sport, yaar? Sachin is sport. Okay, chalo, cricket. Cricket. Football, theek hai, chalo. Okay, so let's say you were in school and you had this burning passion and desire to be a football champion, and you wanted to play for Indian football, or you wanted to play for Manchester United. You had all of those dreams and aspirations. No, you had to become a player, right? Which football coaching academy would you go to? Yeah, so what would you look for? Who should be running that coaching academy? Sorry? Sorry? Exactly. Yeah, she gave you the answer. Your name? Chris Anna Fernandez. Yeah, see, that sounds like a soccer name. Yeah. That's why you're probably interested in soccer. You're from Goa? Yeah, there you go. Who in India will have that name? Unless you're from Goa. What a place. Yeah, so there you go. You obviously will look for a training, coaching academy that has a coach, right? And who's a coach? Somebody who's already played. Somebody who's played at some decent level of professional sports that person, he or she has been there, done that, and you can feel confident about them training you and coaching you and mentoring you and making a player out of you. So that's the first thing. I think, you can kind of relate it to what incubator you should look for. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Good. Next. Take the mic.
Hello, sir. My name is Preeti, and my name is Preeti, and Vish. Okay. So, hello, Vish. My name is Preeti, and I'm from Gujarat, Ahmedabad, and I want to ask you that. Yes, Gujarat, Ahmedabad. Huh. Uh, as you said that idea is little thing, but the main thing is vision. So what is vision and how big it can be? So according to you, so it can help us.
All right. Preeti is asking, did you hear the question? She said, what is vision, right? Okay. See, vision is, sit down, Preeti. Yeah. See, vision is, in the very grandest sense, is a big change you want to see in the world. But when I say the world, in a very general term, the world around you, right? The biggest change that you want to see, right? What's that biggest change you want to see? And obviously that change, logically it means that there is something that is not going right today, and you want to right those wrongs, or you want to address those gaps, or you want to solve those problems. And if you do all of that, there will be that big change. That's vision. What's that big change you want to see? An idea is a starting point. I have this idea, and if I can scale this idea, then I can realize that vision. It's like a big dream. What's that big dream that you have about yourself? If you can't dream bigger about yourself, how can you dream bigger about the world around you? So a very important starting point is to ask yourselves, what am I call it point B. Where you are today is your point A, right? You're a student, you're a lecturer, you're an industry professional, right? That's your point A. But what's your point B? What's your farthest point B that you can see for yourself? It could be 6 months. It could be 10 years. That's all right. But what's that farthest point B that you see for yourself, right? So that is your own dream about your own self. Now, that could be your point B in a personal context, as in just being a better human being. I am today who I am as a person, as a human, but this is what I want to be. So that's my point B as a person. You can have a point B as a professional. You can have a point B as an entrepreneur. You can have a point B as a sports person, as an artist, right? So that, I think, is the first starting point, is to have this grand vision about yourself. If people who can't dream big about themselves can't have very big visions about the world around them. right? And usually this big vision for the world around you is, in very practical terms, it's this change you want to see. And bigger the change, bigger the vision, right? And it has to be something which obviously creates good, right? You don't want to be, I don't know, the North Korean dictator and have a very big vision about the world. Well, that is a very big vision, except that the vision will not end very well for the world, right? So hopefully you will have a vision which ends well for the world, right? And personally, what I always prefer is that this change, when it comes true, when the world around me becomes better, it should become better than how I have become better myself. In other words, the positive change should be more for others than for myself, right? That, I think, is a very compelling situation that will drive you to greater and greater achievements, capabilities. And an idea is a starting point, right? But the vision is what guides you towards something very big. Yeah? Helpful? Thank you. All right.
Sir,
More questions. Sorry.
good evening, sir. Myself, Suresh Balaji.
Suresh, where are you from?
Sir, Coimbatore Karpagam University, sir.
Okay. 3-4 sirs. So, yeah.
So my question is, sir, advice about money management and investment for young entrepreneurs. Money management, because investing some amount and they
Actually,
are getting losses, and some are ending the investment and getting back
Understood.
from the entrepreneurship.
Okay, the first and foremost thing is a young entrepreneur does not have money. Right?
Yes,
You need to have money to manage money. You won't have money. No, I'm just kidding, but I get your point. See, the thing is, it's not about managing money, it's called profit, right? And it's called cash. If I have to use a very technical term, it's cash in your company's bank account. It's not very different from the cash in your own bank account, except that who's managing your cash in your account? Parents, right? So, and your job is only to spend and ask for more. Simple, right? But as an entrepreneur, you have to manage the company's cash in a manner that you're able to manage all the expenses, pay for all the expenses, including salary, and all the other expenses. And that's one part. The other part is making sure that your business actually turns a profit. What's the simple equation for profit you must have learned in primary